So here's a look at pound US dollar and starting with the weekly chart and then going narrow. And I'm using TradingView for this. I really like TradingView because it's a very simple, easy to use, user-friendly software that you can use online. It has, of course, has a website. There has an app. There's a desktop version as well that you can download, which is cool. I never tried it yet, but I like the web platform that they have here. So what I really like about TradingView is, again, easy to use. It's very simple. I can plot and chart and draw my things on very easily. They have a nice little toolbar bar here. Toolbar. It's been a long day. And they also have all these indicators, different time frames to use. You can even connect your broker on here. They're always adding new brokers, which is really nice. So they're always optimizing. They're always finding ways to get better and improving. In fact, what's really cool is I can link my broker on here and I can make my trade executions on TradingView, which I've done quite often because it's really fast and really easy and very convenient for me. So I really like TradingView for that. So what I'm going to show you is a simple method of looking at trades, possible trades, looking at price movement, and dictating and gauging where we could see turns in the market, because that's where we want to take our trades, where the turns occur, especially the best trades. Now, before I go any further, just want to remind you that this is just for informational purposes only. You got to make sure that this corresponds to your strategy, your methodology. Other factors are involved when it comes to making a trading decision. And at the end of the day, you're responsible for your trading decisions and trading actions. You're the one pressing the buy and sell button at the end of the day. And you want to make sure you do with enough risk capital. Don't want to risk like 50% into one trade just because of what you saw in this video today. So take this with a grain of salt. It is still valuable, but make sure that you do your research and it fits your personality, fits your methodology, and on all that kind of fun stuff. So let's dive in. Let's start with the weekly chart. I like to start off broad and then go narrow from there. So when we're looking at this chart, what I see right off the bat is we're in a downtrend. Plain and simple, no questions asked, we're in a downtrend here. However, we did see a really big reaction from the pound, and this happened a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to plot a price level here just as a reference point to know if we ever get back down there, then there could be reaction from these buyers again, just because that was a major reaction before. So that's right around the 1.05 area, a little bit lower than that, maybe 1.3. You could even say 1.3, 1.04 actually, sorry, 1.04. So I like to plot my lowest point and also the most recent swing, which happens to be right around here, the most visible swing that has occurred. And as we can see, we're sort of nearing that area. Although this week these sellers did try and come back to push price lower. So we are seeing a pushback, and this reference level is right around the 1.17. We'll go 1.18 level, around there. So these are my two major points of interest. I don't usually go any further than that just because it gets a little bit messy. Plus, it's irrelevant. It's more important for me to see what has happened in the most recent times. So going into the daily, we see a bit of a pullback, some flagging going on, a lot of deep pullbacks here, which means that these buyers are not in full control, that these sellers look like they're trying to come back, and we could see another push, maybe some rounding, some flattening around this level here within the next few days, but looks like we are still seeing some upward movement. So this is still a minor uptrend, but it isn't too strong. It's not a really strong, prominent uptrend compared to what we've seen in the past. Especially here, we see these nice waves, and now even the up push, it's not really that strong. So it's not conclusive to me that we're kind of like in a reversal slash pullback, strong pullback here. But I will draw this reference point here just because this is a big level. This is a major reaction right around here, around the 1.12 level, which is a nice clean number. We all like clean numbers, so pay attention to that. That's a big market psychology sort of method or just kind of thing that goes on. A lot of people like to trade around round numbers, so pay attention to that. Do your own research even and see for yourself where a lot of the price action or a lot of the price swings have occurred. So on the daily, we have that. I like to also plot the high point where we saw the turn occur. So right around here, we see this move come down, and that's right around the 1.16 level, another clean number. So now as we go deeper, as we go further in, we see the 4-hour, nice moves here, and we're seeing a nice push, a good push up from these buyers. Looks like this is kind of like a sort of probe. As you can see, this didn't last very long, this move, and then the next 4 hours or a few 4 hours, or maybe like the next day, you could say, we see a reaction, and it looks like it just kind of comes right back up and all those orders get eaten up. So maybe that's a point for these buyers to come in and take it further, and we'll see if they can, how far they can take it. So what stands out here are there are some price levels, some swings that have been respected. So I will plot that. This is a swing to take note of, especially since price is nearing there, in fact right around there. So that's a point of interest, this swing area. Another thing I like to point out is I include the tails when I draw my price levels, just because when you go further in, when you go into the lower time frame, so if we go back to say the weekly, notice how I still drew it right at the tail here. I know some people just only include the body, others go in between. I like to go right to the end and include that, just because when we go to the lower time frames, it's still a swing, and I'll show you what I mean by that. It's still like not a swing, so it's still a body. So where is that? Is that? Let's see. Where do we go? Uh-oh, did I go too far back? Good enough. Oh, there we go. Yes. So even if we go to the lower time frames, we can see there's a body, right? That's a body on the 15-minute. If I'm a 1-minute trader, that's important. Even if I'm a 5-minute, that's still a significant area. So I still pay attention to those things. Those are important to me. See that cool feature? You just press that button and there you go to the front. That's pretty fun. I like using that. Also, I'll show you after when it's relevant or when it's important. Even here, even if we look at the 15-minute, there's some hold. There's a hold right here. There's some congestions, which means that there could potentially be some orders coming in, traders taking action. So again, that's an area of interest. Now, what I'd like to see if I want to go long is maybe a breakout to the upside. If I want to go short on the short term, I probably wait to see for a rounding and price to come lower and start to make some lower lows and perhaps bring it down further. Now, it could be a little bit riskier just because we have these guys here, especially when we have a swing point right around here. We have another swing point here. So we could see some slowdown. Now, I would assess the risk and see if it's worth taking this trade to come down here. What I look for is at least a 3-to-1 ratio to make this trade worth taking, to make this risk worth taking. On the other side, if we go to the upside, I would wait for a breakout above and then maybe a pullback at this swing level here, because that's the most recent swing if I'm looking to go long onto the long side. So right now it's not so clear cut. You know, we're still in this seller's area, so this pullback does look strong. We are seeing these swings hold and these swings being respected, these support and resistance, other traders coming in and pushing price forward. So I'd wait to see this pullback and see how we pull back around here. If it's just real deep and it comes in sharp, then I would wait for that pullback and see that swing there where we go. And I would keep an eye on the 1 hour. I don't go any further than that when it comes to plotting. I don't go to the 15 or 5 because my trading my trading time frame is the 5-minute, and if I go into the 15-minute, it just gets a little too messy and it's not really that relevant. When you go to the higher time frames, that's where the bigger money is. That's where the bigger traders are. So I'd rather be trading with those bigger traders, the bigger fish, than these smaller traders here when you go to the lower time frame. So that's where I like to plot my reference points, my bands, as I like to call them, and keep it from there. So going back to the weekly and switching gears from like say an intraday trader to like an investor to say an average person who's looking to travel and looking to, if I'm, for example, if you're traveling over to the UK, obviously you're going to be exchanging some currency. So what I look for is I want to get a good price when I exchange my currency. I don't want to just go at any price unless I have to leave right away. Unless I'm leaving like say tomorrow, then I kind of have no choice. I have to take whatever is being offered. But if I have some time, if I plan a trip for about a week or so, I look at the chart and see, okay, well, when's a good time to be exchanging currency? And if I'm say from the US and I'm going to the UK, then maybe now would be a good time to exchange some currency because we're seeing a bit of a push down. However, perhaps if I have like a month to go, I probably wait. Obviously, I probably hang on. However, if I'm traveling from the UK to the States, maybe I would hold on to my pound for now, to my British pound, and because we could see a push up, this could push up, but I would probably wait till around this level before I make a decision whether I want to exchange currency or not. And hopefully that makes sense. So, and on top of that, if I'm looking to exchange currency, I would definitely not go to the to the broker shops. I would instead use this app that I've been using for quite some time to exchange currency, and it's been really useful. It's been really efficient. I really like it. It's very easy to use. It's like, yeah, really easy, very user friendly. It's called Wise. It used to be called TransferWise, but now they changed their name to Wise just to make it easier, I guess, and simple to remember. What I really like about them is that they just save a lot of time and energy from going outside and looking for the best exchange, the best currency exchange, because so many of them have like they're not they're actually they have all these they don't give a good price, and as soon as I find a competitive one, half the day is already gone. Whereas with Wise, they have the most competitive prices and they have really low fees, which is really important. So if you want to save big on fees, I would suggest using Wise. And on top of that, it's very efficient. It's the transactions are very seamless. I There's been so many times where actually I've transferred money from my bank account to the Wise account, and it takes maybe like 5 minutes on a good on a good day, maybe, and at the longest it'd take less than a day for it to go through. So it's really quick. And on top of that, there's multiple accounts where you can hold different currencies. So if you want to exchange currency, you can do it through there, and it happens really quickly, really seamlessly. And on top of that, you can send money and you can track it, and even the money that's sent, that happens really quickly. So for example, if I want to send money from my bank account in Canada to say my friend's bank account in Korea, in their Korean bank account, I can do that in within a day, and all that transaction happens really quickly, really seamlessly, and you can even track it. So it's really cool. That's a cool benefit about that. And yeah, again, you save so much on fees and time and headache. I think that's the biggest thing. You save time, you save a lot of energy and effort. They even have a physical card that you can use. It's kind of like a Visa card that you can use. So you can order that, they send it to you, and you can use that whenever you purchase anything abroad or otherwise. So that's really awesome. There's a referral link that you can sign up through below. I highly recommend you use that link because you save a lot of money. You can send up to $800 without paying any fees. Now, how cool is that? That you save. That's a big bonus. That's a big help. It's a good trade-off if you ask me. So use the link below. I do get $115 if you send $300 or more. Now that's a referral link, and so when you sign up, you get your own referral link, and you can pass that on to your friends or anyone who you think might find some value in exchanging currency. And on top of that, yeah, that's it. That's the main benefit right there. I was thinking, was there anything else? Not really. Not much more than that, which is pretty, so it's a pretty good tool to use. I highly recommend you check it out. On top of that, if you really like TradingView, then use it for free. You can sign up and use a free account, and it has some really cool features. You could take advantage of, making a watch list, using some of their tools and indicators and all that kind of fun stuff. However, if you want a little more juice, if you are the more sophisticated trader and would like a little bit more, then the subscription service would be really good, going pro with them. would be really helpful, especially if you like to replay the day's price action and kind of see from there what's been happening and do some back testing from there. If you want to use more than like 3 indicators, if you want to use multiple watch lists, if you have a lot of currencies or even other financial assets that you want to take a look at, you can use that as well. So I would suggest, if you want to go that route and use this pro service, then I would suggest you click on the link below that I have in the description, and that will give you $30. On top of that, it'll give me $30 as well, and you get $30, so it's like a win-win. And on top of that, you can also use your own link. You get your own link, and you can, pass that along and share it with others, and they get the benefit as well. So it's a really cool tool to use, as well as the Wise app. I use those things to do my analysis if I'm, say, traveling. Other than that, as a trader, I find this really helpful. Just keeping it simple. I found simple is always better and more efficient. It's helped me with my trading. Of course, there's a lot of other factors that go into play when it comes to making sound trading decisions. And if you find any value in this, press the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe. And if there are any other currency pairs, any other assets you want me to take a look at, even some stock assets, this cool thing about this is this methodology can be applied in any financial market, even the stock market. So if you have any stocks you want me to analyze, feel free to send a message and I'll be more than happy to do so. Anyways, take care, stay safe, trade well, and trade simple.